Hi, it's Jen again, and we're back with the King Family Cookbook. Dad is behind the scenes today taking pictures because why? Because
I had a blue light treatment with micro needles, and although I don't look that hideous, I'm not in the mood.
he does. It's true. He doesn't look bad. Today, you guys, we are making focaccia bread from the kitchen of Diana Driggs, who is, all right, help me out here. Steve-O's wife. Okay, Steve-O is Phyllis and Bill's son.
Right?
His wife.
Yes.
Holy moly, there's too many family members. All right, so we are making focaccia bread, and the first thing we do is we saute onions. So I've got some oil back here. Dad so kindly chopped this up for me. You guys know I can't do it. Woo! Can I use your spurtle?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that one. Okay.
There, I'll put
There we go. So we just want our onions to brown.
Don't burn them. Is that hot?
Yeah, it is. So our onions are browning. We're just gonna add, it calls for oregano and basil. We've got like an Italian seasoning mix, so we're gonna throw that in there. And we're just gonna season up our onions while they're browning. There's no measurement for the seasonings, it's just to taste. So a little salt, a little pepper. This is gonna go on top of our focaccia.
And then probably sink down in it, and the dough will rise up around it or something.
Yeah, we're gonna add eggs to this. I'm really curious to see how this works out because we put eggs in with this.
Your favorite.
Yeah, with this onion mixture. Okay, so we've got our browned onions here. It's one onion and then all of those seasonings to taste, and then 2 eggs beaten in with this. And I just can't figure out how that's gonna work out on top of the bread.
It's gonna sink in. Bread's gonna rise up around it, and it'll end up somewhere in the middle. I don't know.
So we've got our onion mixture over there. We're gonna start with our bread. We need 3 cups of flour, which I am getting right now. 1. How is everyone's summer so far?
Hot.
How's yours, Dad?
Hot.
Oh, you are in Flaming Gorge,
Yeah.
which is, if you guys are looking for a fun place to go check out, Utah has some incredible national parks. This is the place, no pun intended. 3 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1 teaspoon salt, and then 4 tablespoons oil. So,
Although summers were always our favorite time growing up because either we were performing at Vegas or Tahoe, or even better yet, our parents, when we were younger, were performing at Harrah's Club or the Mapes Hotel in Reno.
yeah.
And we'd have a house on the lake at Lake Tahoe every summer with all of our cousins, or we'd have, or 3 houses, seriously, whatever it took. And we were just left alone because the parents were sleeping till 2 a.m. because they worked till 4 a.m.
Did they really work that late?
They were doing they did the main room, but we did the main room more when we did King Family. But they were in the, I don't know what you call it, the other smaller, the lounge act. And they would go on at like 10, 12, 2, 4. Wow. And I remember being, 12, 14, 16, walking home in the middle of the night with all my cousins arm linked going, follow the yellow brick road, and doing the leg kick. That's why you have done it, probably camping or wherever we are.
Life, because you guys did it. All right, so 4 tablespoons of oil. I'm gonna do that over this so that I don't spill, because you guys know how much I love to spill. 1.
And then 2 summers, excuse me, we were at Tahoe on the North Shore when we found out, no, we were on the South Shore. And the King sisters were going to go to Europe and sing in all the army bases. This is like 60, 61, 62. There was some fund for me because my dad had died and I wasn't in the will or something. And she went to her brother, my uncle, who was the executor, and said, Is this considered educational if I take Ricky to
I've never heard this story.
Europe? So for 2 summers in a row, I went and spent 3 or 4 weeks in Italy, France, England, Germany,
Life was
Switzerland.
rough, wasn't it?
And I went over on probably the greatest steamship. The ones that, I don't want to put it down because everybody does that now, but the Carnival Cruise lines that look like a floating square icebox,
Yes.
it looked like the Titanic.
Yours did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the 2 smokestacks and everybody, you know, all the portholes below the deck and the teak would.
In this mixture, we have our 3 cups flour, 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1 teaspoon salt, 4 tablespoons oil, 1.5 cups milk, and then I just want to make sure I'm doing this right.
Well, I've seldom seen you make a mistake.
Shut up. We are going to put the Parmesan cheese on after we've got this all mixed up. So I'm going to go ahead and get this mixed up, and then we're going to put it in a 9x13 greased pan. And I've got all of these fresh herbs that I went out to the garden and got, and we're going to make it look like a beautiful garden on top.
Gosh, this is like a real cooking show.
It's so fun. Okay, so I'm oiling my hands because I have to flatten this down into this pan, and it's really sticky. Then we're gonna sprinkle 1 cup of Parmesan cheese over the top of this. This is a really thin little, I mean, I know you kind of slice it and eat it like a garlic bread almost, but
It looks like a mold of Bigfoot, which I've been watching on the.
oh. Okay, so there's that. I will rinse my hands of this oil and we'll finish it up. Onion egg mixture is just going over the top. Sorry, you can't see. Let me turn this way so you can see. And I think we're just gonna kind of pat it down. This is actually gonna be pretty fun, I think. Now we sprinkle an entire cup of Parmesan cheese over the top. That's a lot of Parmesan cheese. We'll go back and see if we really need a whole cup. And we'll break up the clumps.
We wouldn't want to follow a recipe too close.
We wouldn't want to. I mean, where's the fun in that? There we go. Now, the recipe does not call for all the herbs that I went out and got, but I saw the loveliest picture of someone's focaccia bread. And they had just taken all of these, like, gorgeous onions and things and peppers and put it all over the top. So I thought, why not? We've got tons of these gorgeous herbs out there. I need scissors.
So now, is it decoration or usable?
Both.
Edible, I mean.
Yes, it's both. We're just gonna make it look pretty.
Because
And
I
it'll
hope I get that
smell-
stem.
Ugh, and it'll smell
Oh, that
like
smells
heaven.
good.
It already smells like heaven. Yeah, doesn't it? Good grief. Beautiful. Couple of little just basil leaves coming out of here. I think that's pretty, don't you?
Like a Christmas card.
It's just for us. Yeah. All right, and then I've got a couple little stems of, this is oregano. And a couple little stems of thyme. So even if it is just for pretty,
That reminds me of,
parsley, sage,
yeah,
what else?
Simon and Garfunkel.
I know, oops, that didn't work.
Some of my favorite music back
Okay.
in the 60s.
How's that? Come on, pretty.
From the kitchen of?
From the kitchen of Diana Driggs and the King Family Cookbook. This is going in the oven right now at 350 for 25 minutes.
Does anybody know where to get this book?
You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on the official King Family website. Like $20 on Amazon if you're a Prime member.
Cool.
I'm a commercial. Here we go.
I own Amazon Prime.
Seriously, you and me both. Okay, we are back. Here is our beautiful focaccia bread. Come on, doesn't that look pretty? But it smells, the herbs in the oven that are all dry, it smells so good. So let's cut into this, shall we? Padre. Father, for you. I'm gonna move my little herb over here. Okay. Ooh, it's still warm. All right, we ready?
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's really good.
I really like the onions.
I thought it was going to be drier. I'm not a
Dry bread person.
biscuit and
Right.
cornbread type of guy, but because of that egg
It's
and
really,
onion,
it's
really good.
moist. It's savory. It's got the cheese on top.
I'm gonna try some more here.
I think you should.
Another bite behind the scenes.
No, that is delightful.
I gotta get some for Mom and and a pat of butter on it.
Yeah. Anyway, so there you have it. Focaccia bread from the kitchen of Diana Driggs, cute little King Kiddie Steve-O's wife. You guys, try it. Use the herbs from your garden. Your house will smell phenomenal. Like and subscribe, follow us, share us, and have a great summer.
I guess maybe you'll cut this now that you know I'm
geez.
holding this the whole time.